Happy Friday, or whatever day it is in the future. We're going to go ahead and get started with our 45-minute class, starting in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. If a cross-legged seated position is not comfortable for you in any variation, you can definitely come down onto the back, keeping knees up to the sky. You can also use a pillow or any sort of support underneath the hips in our seated position just to help give more room between the hips and the knees as we sit up nice and tall and close the eyes or soften the gaze and start to inhale through the nose down into the belly. Starting to settle in, taking any adjustments that you need to. Noticing where the thoughts go immediately as we create a quiet space. Acknowledging them and then choosing to set them off to the side so that we can show up for our practice. Notice the rhythm of the breath today. Is it easy to take nice, full, deep breaths? Maybe it's a little more challenging and the breaths are coming in more shallow and short. Notice where the hands want to rest. Maybe on the knees, maybe the front of the shin or ankles, maybe cupped right at the base of the spine, the front of the pelvis. Maybe it feels natural to start to dip the chin towards the chest. Remaining long and tall in the spine. Focusing our attention back on the breath. Big inhales down into the belly. And long, slow exhales. Using the breath as an anchor whenever we get distracted by our thoughts, because it will happen. Let's stay here for 3 more breath cycles, really tapping in, making them count, extending the exhale longer than the inhale. One more big inhale. Long, slow exhale. Stay for your next inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, we're going to feel our way through this movement, keeping the right leg. So if you're not in a cross-legged position, please come to one now. We'll tuck the left leg closest to the body, right leg in front of the left to begin. Eyes closed, we sit up nice and tall. Exhale, we drape the belly over that bowl in the center where the legs are crossing in front of the pelvis and start to drop the forearms and the palms to the earth in front of us. Staying either on the forearms or keeping just the palms on the ground, arms straight, elbows straight. And we drop forehead and maybe crown shines all the way down to the earth. Staying with the breath, breathing down into the belly. Taking any movement that feels good, maybe some gentle head rocks from side to side. We stay for the inhale, and on the exhale, staying nice and low, keeping the eyes closed, we walk the hands over to the left side. So maybe belly button starts to come towards the top of the left thigh. We reach that right arm, trying to reach it out longer than the left. Right hip is going to want to come off the ground, so we actively root it back down, helping to lengthen the side body. Adjusting or making any other movements that feel good after you've maybe created some more room in your body with your breath. One more breath cycle here. And next exhale, we stay nice and low and take it to the other side. One more exhale. Inhale, we move back to center using the strength in our arms to push ourselves back up to a seated position. This time we're going to draw the right foot, right leg in towards the body. Left leg comes out in front. Might feel awkward and weird if you're not used to sitting cross-legged in this way. With the opposite leg in front, but we're going to try and play around with our body. So inhale, we sit up nice and tall, closing the eyes. Exhale, we start to drape the belly over that midline, crawling our way down.
Forehead and crown drop down to the earth. Maybe feeling some release in the traps, the neck. Maybe even the erectors and the mid-back. Take one more breath cycle here. Let's do a nice big inhale. Exhale, we start to walk both hands over towards the right, extending long in the left arm. Exhale draws us through center as we take it over to the right, long in the right arm. Exhale through center. We start to walk ourselves back up to our seated position. This time we're bringing both soles together, arch to arch, heel to heel, toe to toe. So usually we do this in a reclined position. We're going to try our work out by doing it in a seated position. So you can grab the front of the ankles if you'd like, or maybe wrapping interlaced fingers around the toes. And we sit up nice and tall. So again, we're not forcing or pushing or pulling the knees down to the earth. All that's going to do is harden up the groin, the lower abdomen. So you can have the heels as close to the body as feels comfortable. So that might be an inch or two away from the pelvis, maybe even closer. Or you can have a nice wide stance, doesn't matter, drawing the heels further away from the body. We sit up nice and tall on the inhale. On the exhale, we start to lean the chest forward a little bit, just like we're looking out over a ledge, keeping the spine nice and long from crown to tail. Big inhale. Exhale, belly button to spine as we seat ourselves back up to a full seated position. Left heel stays at the midline as we send the right leg out long. Toes are reaching up towards the sky. We've got this nice angle in the right leg away from the body, so pressing down firmly through the right heel, top of the right thigh. Right hand is coming either to the inner thigh, the outer thigh, or forearm down to the earth. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Maybe we look up at our hands. Exhale, left fingers reach over towards right toes. Being mindful of the neck so we're not dumping any weight. Chest, abdomen, pelvis is staying open out towards the front, towards the midline. One more inhale. And on the exhale, left arm is dropping down next to the right. And then we're shifting both forearms to the midline. So straight elbows right underneath the shoulders, fingers pointed in front of us. Belly button is in line right between the elbows. Gaze is straight down. Rooted down firmly still through that right heel. We're active in the right leg. Big inhale. On the exhale, we're staying nice and low as we walk both forearms, both hands over to the outside of the left leg. And inhale, we press into the left hand, reaching right arm up overhead, fingertips out towards the left side of the body. Big inhale. Exhale, right fingertips reach up towards the ceiling as we round through the circle, dropping the right forearm again by the right shin, left arm up towards the ceiling and over towards the right toes. Exhale. Left fingertips reach back up to the ceiling as we come back to a neutral spine. Right leg, is lifting up and over the left. Right foot is coming to the outside, the left thigh, toes pointing towards the front of the mat. We wrap the left elbow around the right knee, belly button shifts towards the top of the right thigh as we find our seated twist. We're pulling the right knee towards the left shoulder. Exhale, we unravel back to center, removing the right leg. We bring the right leg out to the side, dropping the inner thigh, inner knee towards the ground. Sole of the right foot is pointing towards the back edge of the mat. So we've got this zigzag cheerleader pose. We inhale, and on the exhale, we're shifting belly button over towards the top of the left thigh and starting to drape the body over the left thigh. Forearms come down to the mat. We're pressing down firmly through the right arch and the right knee. Internal rotation on the right hip, external rotation on the left. Do one more inhale or breath cycle here. Full inhale, full exhale. Using our inhale and the strength in our arms to walk us out the way that we came. And then unraveling to the center. We help draw the right leg back in towards the midline as we start to take this sequence on the other side. So right heel comes to the midline, left leg is out long. Left heel is rooted down to the earth and the top of the left thigh. Finding our hand placement on this side, either left hand on the inside of the thigh, outside of the thigh, or forearm down to the mat. We inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. And then dropping right fingertips over towards the left side, towards the left toes. Rooting both hips, sit bones down into the earth. One more big inhale. Exhale gently. We start to drop the right forearm, right hand down by the left before sliding both through to the midline. So chin in line with the belly button, falling right between the elbows. Fingers are pointing out in front of us. Dropping the gaze and or crown towards the earth. Noticing how this side might feel different. Always can do straight elbows coming up just on the palms instead. Active in the left foot, knees engaged. Next exhale, we stay nice and low, sliding or walking both forearms, both hands to the outside of the right thigh. Right hand makes contact with the earth as we lift chest and left arm up above the head, bicep in line with the ears. Left fingers are reaching out towards the right side. Exhale, we reach left fingertips up towards the ceiling and then letting them fall over towards the left toes, forearm down by the shin as we lift right fingertips up and over again towards left toes. Exhale, right fingertips come up to the ceiling as we rise back to our neutral spine at center. We lift left foot up and over to the outside of the right thigh. Toes pointing away from us. Of course, if this is uncomfortable, you can always bring the heel of the left foot to the front of the right ankle, finding your twist that way. Otherwise, we hook right elbow around left knee, finding our twist, drawing belly button towards the top of the left thigh, left knee towards the right shoulder.
One more inhale. Exhale, we gently unravel, drawing the left foot, left leg back over to the left side of the mat, coming into our zigzag or cheerleader pose. We press down through the left arch, inside of the left knee. Exhale, we start to shift the body, twisting the belly button over towards the top of the right thigh. Exhale, we drape the belly button. Abdomen, chest down towards the earth. Gaze comes straight down.
Releasing any gripping in the left hip, the left glute. Using instead the foundation of the foot and the knee to let the glute relax. One more inhale here. Exhale to use to strengthen our arms to walk us back up to an inverted position, but we're going to keep the palms on the ground. So if you are positioned long ways on your mat, you should now be facing a short edge of your mat, both palms on the ground. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to press into the left foot, the right foot, lifting the mid body, the hips to twist and shine both hips down to the earth, finding ourselves in a tabletop position. When we get there, let's drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, round through. Inhale, drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale, we round through. For cat, really pressing away from the mat, exaggerating that dome. Tailbone reaches towards the belly button. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, we round through. Inhale brings you back to a neutral spine, and then we bump the hips over to the left, gaze comes over to the right. Exhale draws you back through center as we take it to the other side. Finding some grace in your movements, maybe closing the eyes. Got a nice firm foundation here with feet and hands on the ground. So this is a great opportunity to close the eyes. Exhale draws you back through center, hips over to the left, gaze over to the right. Exhale through center, hips to the right, drawing them all the way down to the right heel. Exhale through center. Let's draw big toes together, knees as wide as the yoga mat. Sinking the hips down towards the earth before coming into child's pose, we're going to thread the needle. So keeping the chest elevated, we draw the right arm underneath the left, dropping onto the right shoulder, right ear. Left hand coming wherever it feels most comfortable. Maybe reaching out towards the front of the mat. Maybe palm in front of the face, squared off at the elbow. Maybe palm wraps around to rest on the low back, or all the way around to rest on the top of the right thigh. Keeping your breath sent down into your belly. Working with and supporting this deep abdominal twist. Waking up and wringing out all those internal organs. One more breath cycle. Inhale, we press into the left hand, helping us to rise back to center as we reset. Exhale, left arm comes underneath the right, dropping onto the left shoulder, left ear. One more inhale. Exhale, we press into the right hand, drawing us back to center. We melt the belly, chest, and forehead down to the mat. Extended child's pose, reaching the fingers out towards the front of the earth, maybe drawing the wrists off the mat, squaring off the wrists, coming up onto the fingertips. One more breath cycle, big inhale. Long exhale. Inhale presses us back up to our tabletop position. Knees draw back underneath the hips. We curl the toes. Stay for the inhale, and on the exhale, we're sending the hips up high for a downward facing dog. We're keeping it nice and chill today, so if you want to keep the knees bent, nice and gentle, maybe take some hip sways side to side, or straighten one leg and the other. And let's find a moment of stillness. On our next inhale, we're going to tuck the tail towards the belly button, starting to feel the spine round as we roll into plank. Shoulders come right over the wrists. Gaze is straight down. Take a moment if you need to find your plank. Exhale, we drop the knees, keeping the hips lifted. We start to drop the chest right in between the thumbs. Chin comes down to the earth. Exhale, we flip the feet, drop the pelvis, press into the hands, lift into cobra, maybe high cobra, maybe we straighten the arms all the way. Shoulders draw down away from the ears and shoulder blades pinch to the back body. We're lifting in the chest so we're not compressing in the low back. Maybe you look over the left shoulder. And then look over the right. Exhale, slowly we lower. Low abdomen, belly, chest, forehead. Big inhale. Exhale presses you up to tabletop position. Toes curl, hips lift, downward facing dog. Exhale, we step it up, feet to hands. Forward fold. Letting the crown shine down to the earth. Maybe taking some gentle sways with the hips here. Your next inhale, we roll our way up to mountain, slow. Arms come with us up overhead, palms kiss together, descend at the heart space. Inhale. Exhale, we're shifting the weight over to the left foot as we step the right foot behind the left leg. So right leg is coming behind the left leg and off the left side of the mat. So right knee is right behind the left knee. Gentle bend in the left knee, right leg stays straight. Inhale, arms come up overhead, left hand grabs right wrist as we lift up and pull over towards the left. Big inhale. Exhale, we release the arms wide at the sides. We step the right foot back to our mountain. Palms come together at the heart space. Big inhale. Slow exhale. Weight shifts over into the right foot as we step the left foot behind the right leg off the right side of the mat. Gentle bend in the right knee. Inhale, both arms come up overhead. Right hand grabs left wrist as we lift up and over towards the right side of the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, we release, arms wide as we step the left foot back in line with our mountain. Palms come together at the heart space. Inhale, we reach arms up over our head. Palms are still together. Big inhale to grow tall. Exhale, we flip the palms and start to dive forward into our forward fold. Inhale lifts us halfway. Exhale, we fold, fingertips come down to the mat. We step just the left foot back, dropping the back knee. Gaze comes out towards the front of the mat. Belly is right by the right thigh. Find any gentle organic movement that you need. Maybe gently again, swaying the hips from one side to the other. Then we close the eyes and send the breath down into the front of the left thigh, front of the left hip. Your exhale, we drop left palm by the right arch as we inhale, right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, Right hand drops to the outside of the right foot. We lift the back knee, or lift the hips, drawing the right foot back to meet the left, sending the hips up high, downward facing dog. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. We drop the back knee, back foot, finding our low lunge on the other side. Gaze is forward, chest is open. We're pinching shoulder blades together. Light on the fingertips. Right hand drops by the left arch as we inhale, left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, left hand comes down to the mat. We lift the back knee and step the back foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, roots rise. We roll all the way up to mountain. Arms come with us up overhead. Palms kiss together. Descending at the heart space. Inhale. And exhale. Arms reach up overhead on the inhale. Palms are together. Growing nice and tall. Exhale, palms release as we swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's pause here. Really drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. We're reaching out through the crown. Neck is nice and long. Long line from tail all the way to the crown. Belly's engaged. One more inhale. Exhale, fold. Fingertips come down to the mat. Let's heel toe, the feet as wide as the yoga mat or as wide as is comfortable, letting the toes point away from the body, heels point in towards the midline. Exhale, we start to drop the hips down in between the heels, coming into our yogi squat. Taking any variation that you need, maybe hands stay on the ground in front of you as you support your weight, lifting the heels. Maybe you fold up a blanket and put them underneath the heels for a little extra support. Either way, we allow the tail to reach down towards the earth. Heart reaches towards the thumbs. One more inhale. Exhale, one hand in front, one hand behind as we guide ourselves onto our butt and then roll right onto our back. When you get there, both knees up to the chest. Fingers interlace around the shins. We squeeze. Maybe taking a gentle rocking if that feels good. One more inhale. Exhale, we release the fingers, drawing the arms out wide to a T, wrists in line with the shoulders. Big inhale, belly's heavy as we draw both knees, both legs over to the left side of the mat. Easy twist. Exhale, draws you through center as we take it to the other side, rolling right on through, over to the right. Exhale draws you back through center as we drop both soles to the mat, sending both feet out long towards the front edge of the mat. Arms can stay nice and wide, or maybe you bring one hand to the heart, one to the belly. You can stay here for a little while longer, that's great, and I would encourage you to do so. If you can't and you must be going, that's okay too. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thank yourselves for showing up. Let's take one last collective breath together. Big inhale. Long, slow exhale. Enjoy the rest of your day, your future day, and your week. I'll see you next time.